right. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? My name, if you do not know who I am and you haven't seen me like in a gazillion years, you say, my name is T. Drake. I am the podcasting godmother of connection. Easier said to say podcasting godmother or just say, hey, it's just T. Drake. She's just back. Where has she been? Well, I've been here, there, and a little bit of every little where. But right now, today, I am back with you guys live, baby. Yes, 100% back with you guys live, ready to just talk and chop it up. And what are we talking about today? One of the things I love to talk about. It is encouragement from me to you, from the Lord to us. And that's what I do. That's where I live and breathe and help you to overcome some obstacles. Why? Because I am an overcomer and I know that you too can be that overcomer in your own life. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna get it started. Get it started. So a little bit of sprinkle here, a little bit of glitter there. You guys know I love that. So I am excited to be with you guys today. And I wanted to talk about nothing other than some encouragement. Now, as I've been away and I've popped in here and there, inserting myself whenever I could, and I feel like I have been bad to you guys. Like, where have I been? Yes, I've been podcasting. Yes, I've been doing that. But you guys haven't seen me. You've seen bits and pieces. I'm here and there in the cyber bushes coming out every now and then, like, oh, it's just like, no. But I will be challenging myself. Guess what? I'm giving myself a challenge. What is this challenge, TJ, that you're about to do? You're about to embark upon what? I am about to embark upon a 60-day journey. Yes, my friends, 60 days. 60 days of what? Well, come here and get close. 60 days of me going live for y'all just to give you encouragement, inspiration, uplifting encouragement, more so, just dripping with vibrancy and a whole bunch of certified motivation. You got it right. You heard it from the horse's mouth herself. She's telling you right now that it's about to go down. Like, seriously. So, anyway, I had to do this. I had to come on here because it's been a while. It's been a while. So I figured, why not? Why not do this, right? Why not come back and just hang out with you guys? And I thought this has been such a time for me to come back and do this. So today we're going to get right into it. No more hanging around and waiting for any of this stuff. We're just going to go ahead and jump right into this. So, encouragement for today for you. And I was thinking as I was listening to a good old podcaster, Matty Mo. If you know Matty Mo's show, check him out. He does provide great Monday morning motivation. Monday, he would say, and as well as my dear friend, Pastor Jay. Of course, you guys know him for Walk Your Truth Radio Network podcast. So you guys check him out. Check out all his stuff on YouTube. Just check out what he's got going on. He's got a lot going on. So for me, I wanted to get back into encouragement because that's number one, that's what I do. Number two, I have been hearing people talking about themselves in rather very disparaging and sad ways. Not like that hasn't been a thing, but I'm just listening to people cut themselves down left and right. I'm like, but why? But why do you do that? And you know what? I can see that sometimes we need to take a moment to get away, take a moment to refresh, take a moment to renew, take a moment just to look at yourself and just like, you know what? I need to take a step back and just pour into myself. Have you ever found yourself pouring into others? You're pouring into them, you're helping them, you're assisting them, you're guiding them, you're doing all of the things, right? But are you pouring into yourself? Maybe not, right? And of course, we all know that good old saying, you can't pour from an empty cup, right? So, are you refilling yourself with encouragement, with inspiration, with motivation that will get you pumped up, get you going? Will you do that for yourself? Have you been doing that for yourself? Or have you been being everything to everyone, everybody, but you neglected yourself? You didn't take time to refill and pour into yourself. See, when you are a person that makes any kind of content, and I'm talking about myself and people like myself, people around the globe that do it, you have to find yourself a place where you can refill. Where's your refueling station? How do you refuel? How do you keep that energy level up to the highest heights? Where do you get your inspiration? Where do you get your way to stay encouraged when you don't have anybody watching you? Nobody's listening. Nobody's paying attention to anything you're saying. How do you still yet continue? I myself have found myself doing that time and time again, asking myself, huh, now I've been doing this whole podcasting thing forever. Is anybody listening? And truth be told, it was for me first. It was for me first to do what I wanted to talk about, do what I wanted to do, say what I wanted to say, get it up out of my head and let it come out of my mouth and whatever was in my heart. And now let me just say the heart is just really wicked, who could know it? But at the moment, what was laid there that I needed to share, I shared. Sometimes I would share stuff from a very desperate place of just like, I'm not taking care of myself. And you can look at yourself 100% differently when you don't feel vibrant, when you don't feel like you're cared for, when you have lost your way. I was talking to a good friend just recently, and it seemed she had lost her way. Well, when you don't have yourself anchored, and we have an anchor for those of you that are faith, believe in, Holy Spirit filled, you understand we have an anchor. Our anchor is in Jesus Christ. Our anchor is in the word. And when you're not anchored, you're tossed to and fro, left and right, sideways, upways, zigzag, and you just don't know what to grab onto. Where are you holding? What is anchoring you? What is helping you to stay yet grounded? We find that we are not grounded when we're not anchored in the word. And I'm not talking about the guru stuff, the stuff that sounds like it's biblical. It sounds like it's good and it's hearty for the soul, but all it is a regurgitation, a regurgitation. There we go. We could get those words up and out, a regurgitation of things that you've heard before from all different types of gurus and programs. Are you programming yourself just be on autopilot? Like I will promise you guys that when you guys see me, you're gonna get me. You're gonna get my flubs. You're gonna get my frogs in my throat. You're gonna get you're gonna get me. You're not gonna get a version of me. You're gonna get T Drake. You're gonna get me. Now, does that always come and everybody likes it? No, not necessarily. And that's okay. But when you are not finding yourself encouraged because of what others say, the theys that are out there, the people that are watching you, like, you know what, if I were him or if I were her, I wouldn't be doing that. Like if I had the platform they did, I would be doing this or I would be doing that. And that's the problem with some of us is that we let the theys that are not doing the things that we're doing tell us what we should do. Let that sit and marinate for a minute. You let those people that are not even doing anything you're doing, not even a little bit, not even remotely, even close to what you're doing, tell you what they think you should do. That's not good. And we ought not to do that. So as I'm sitting here right now, I was like, okay, I'm going to take some notes. I'm going to do notes. But then I thought to myself, I don't want to do notes. I just want to speak what's true. And what's true is there's a lot of people that have so much stuff inside of them, but they're allowing people to stop them. And when you allow people to stop you, it's actually you listening to all that talk that's not helpful at all. You guys know what I'm talking about. Come on. Come on. You in the back heard what I said. You know, you, yeah, you. I'm talking to you right there. You let those people talk about you. Did you just put out something and they said, hey, that sounds like trash. Like, I wouldn't even do that. Why are you gonna put your business out on the street? Are you crazy? Like, that's dumb. But this is your stuff. This is your life. Yet and still they control what you want to put out. You shouldn't allow that to happen. Now, have I been guilty of that? Of course. I'm not going to sit up here and say that. And the only reason I can speak with such power and potency in what I'm saying, because I've done that. I've sat back and let the theys tell me, well, you know, if I were you, I wouldn't be putting my business out on the street. If I were you, I wouldn't be doing that. If I were you, if I were you, if I were you. The funny thing is that the consistency of if I were you, which they are not me. So they're not me, so they won't be doing what I am doing. And that's the whole point of this encouragement is we sit back and we have things to share, but because we listen to those people that say, if I were you, well, the fact is you're not me. So because you're not me, I'm going to do me. I'm going to be about what I'm going to be about. And regardless of how you think about it, it's never about you. It's never been about you. And even more so, when people sit back and they watch what you do, like for me, I have a whole bunch of naysayers. Can you believe it? We should. Like if you have haters, like we know there are out there eating and living in hater nation, right? Drinking their haterade. If they're doing that and they're watching you from the cyber bushes because they are they being digital gangsters on the keyboard telling you what you can and can't say and blah, blah, blah. Well, the only reason they do that is because they don't have the audacity to stand up full front and center and say, this is me. I'm calling you out. Now, the people that could do that and say that, more power to them because they're going to do that and you'll know who they are because they show themselves. But those people that sit behind the cover of a keyboard or behind a phone call because you can't see them, but they will say whatever they want to say because you'll never see them and they'll call you trash and all these things. But if they saw you in person, they might not say that. Now, guaranteed for myself, I know there's certain things that I might say if I knew I could be anonymous and say all kind of wretched stuff and just be as wretched as I want to be. But I don't want to walk in wretchedness. I don't want to be wretched. I don't want to be like, I don't want to be savage. I just want to be what God has created me to be. And that's where some of us forget who He have been called to be. You have been created by the creator of heaven and earth. Can you believe that? Like, think about that for a moment. You have been uniquely designed. You weren't here by accident. You're not here by happenstance and a big bang chance. You're here because you were designed to be. So for you to think, well, my life just sucks. This is all I can do. I'll never be anything. Everybody hates me. Nothing good is gonna come in my life, and woe is me, and blah blah blah, and on and on and on, and go to a pity party that you're talking yourself into the deepest, darkest depression ever, and then you wonder why you cannot get out of it. Sometimes there are things that are medically wrong. I'm going to say that they're just medically, it's a thing. Okay. But then there are other times when we have ourselves surrounded by those people that will continuously tell you about how bad of a person you are. Hey, you remember that thing you did like 15 years ago? Man, you were such a jerk then. And you know what? 5 years later, you're still a jerk. But maybe one day you'll get it together. Now, hanging around a person like that might get you depressed. That might have you feeling a kind of way, right? But remembering one thing, feelings aren't fact. But people can hurt your feelings. They can say all manner of things against you. Man, people have said all kinds of stuff to me, and they continue to do so. Now it's up to me to either pop my collar, brush it off, or let it seep into my spirit so much so that I don't want it even come out of my house any longer. I'm just going to hide away from the world and just never come out. I can't do that. My personality is that it won't allow me to do that. I might have a moment or some moments, maybe even have a good week of humdrum. I'm so sad. But after a while, like, man, get yourself in order. I can't be sitting up here, not when I have the hope of glory that liveth and dwelleth in me, and that so much has been sacrificed. I'm going to do what? Let me think. Let me scratch my head for a minute. I'm going to stay here and waste the life that has been given to me. And I've been told to do something. I'm going to go against that and be disobedient because I want to walk in self pity and self loathing and self deprecation and all these things. No, I really don't. And I'm encouraging you that I hope you don't either. No matter what they say, I hope that you understand that you don't have to listen to them. Who cares about what they say? Who cares about what them people say? What them say over there? We don't care. I don't care. You shouldn't care, right? As long as you know what you're doing and you're doing it for the right reasons for you to get whatever it is out. And I've tried my best to encourage people along my way. And I think I've done a good job because there's a lot of people that have learned and have grown and continue to grow and continue to move and continue to do all the things that they wanted to do. And then guess what? Guess what? They find that the encouragement that has been provided to them, they love it. They love it. So I want to welcome you guys. Again, if you don't know me or you haven't seen me, or maybe you're just tuning in for the very first time to whatever platform that you are on, hello. My name is T. Drake. I am your podcasting godmother of connection, and you could just call me T. Drake, and I'm here for you. I'm here to encourage you, inspire you, encourage, and lift you up out of the slums of the they says and the them over theirs and all of that stuff. Now, for me, I've been podcasting for 6 years now. And when I first started, I remember listening to, you guys might know him, Gary Vaynerchuk. And I remember he was very, 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 very distinct about saying one thing that caught my eye and my ear. If you have a message to share, you need to share it. You need to be podcasting, you need to do that. And if you talk about Smurfs, I don't care. Just continuously be consistent in sharing that, but get that message out. There should be no reason why you're not sharing. And that took me to do that. And I listened and I was like, you know what? I have a message to share. And I want to do that. Now, I have a whole bunch of people hiding in the cyber bushes. That's okay. They'll always be doing that. They want to have commentary. And I have some specific people that anytime I get on any platform, here they come. They can't wait to decimate me in the comments. Like, there she goes again. Yep, she's trying to encourage people, but we know her from back in the day when she was so mean to us. We know her from back in the day when she couldn't even stand up for herself. We know her from back in the day when she was so passive. We know her. She hasn't changed. Just cut her hair or whatever, but she's still the same person. And they can put those old coats on us. Put those old coats on you. Don't let them do it. Don't let them do it. Don't let them do it to you. while you know that greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. And there will be tons of people that will come and say all manner of things against you. Trust and believe they're going to do it. They're going to do it to you. But you have to find one thing. What is, and this is my question to you, what's stopping you? What is stopping you from sharing your message? What is stopping you? Stopping. What is stopping you from sharing what God's giving you? I just have to pose that question to you. Think about it for a minute. Let that marinate. What is stopping you from sharing what God has given to you? What is doing that? And then if we take it to another level, who are you allowing to stop you from sharing? Now, me, you guys were like, well, T Drake, I mean, look at you. You haven't been like on the scene doing any lives like for a gazillion years. So you have the nerve to talk. Listen, no, no. I have been just in transition with all these different things. I was running crazy hard for a long time, doing all kinds of stuff and moving and this and that and kids. I don't have an excuse for as to why I wasn't, but I know the reasons I was not. And it's not because I'm afraid to go live. That's not it. Because that's not me. I've been going live since Periscope was a thing. Okay. So I love to do that. I don't run from going live. I don't have a problem with it. You could go live at 5. I'll be there with you. It doesn't matter to me whether I have an avatar or not an avatar. Don't make a difference to me. I will share and I'll either go on my podcast and share on audio. Doesn't matter. But the thing about it is when people have said things about me and they figure that I won't say anything, that is such a mistake for me to hear. Like, yeah, she's gonna, I'm a dragger for filth, and I'm just gonna say all manner of things, and she's not gonna do anything. I don't think that's true. I think that's not true, and 100% it's not, because every time that that's ever happened, I have stood my ground in a way, and I've always used social media to help myself. And whenever I was upset, I would come on here and I would share, especially with podcasting. I found it, for me, it was very helpful to kind of work out things in my head, in my mind, things that were bothering me. But see, the funny thing about this was there were always people that anything I said, they were upset about. And that's okay. I'm here to share what the Lord has given me to share, period. And for those that would say, you're being a fake pastor, I have never in one day since I've been podcasting, or even before that, even before I was even podcasting, when I would do my Instagram for 1 minute before I took that Instagram down, I never, ever, ever, ever called myself a pastor. And I will never do that. I'm not a pastor. I don't claim to be. So when people say, stop being a fake pastor, I'm like, why would you even say that when I'm not even, right? Inspiration is the name of my game, and encouragement, that's going to be what I do. It's not my claim to fame, but it's what I do. It's what I love. And while I say those things, I know it can be hard for those that have been searching, that want to share. And for some reason, you don't. And you don't share because you don't have anything to say. You have a lot to say. But there are those people that if they saw you go live, or if they heard you on a podcast, you might just do one live or even put up one episode and be like, that's it. I can't do this anymore. Don't allow people to have that kind of power over you and your life. First of all, they didn't give you your life. They sure as heck didn't lay down their life and bleed for you. They didn't sacrifice for you. They are a created being just like you. So why let them have that kind of power over you? You don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do that. So I just wanted to get on here because I had to say that. I had to let that out because there are so many people that have so many opinions about what people say, how they are, what they talk about, what they don't talk about, what they share, what they don't share. And at the end of all of that, they're the very people that are not even in doing any of it. They're not in producing content, they're not into making it. They just like to be on the sidelines and just talk smack. But that's their job. They're to do that. They are the ones that you look for in your comments, like, oh, yeah, I got a hater right there in the comments. Yep, I got a hater in the comments. But do I dignify the comments? Do I care about what they say? Not necessarily. I don't really have time for that. Time is short and our life is but a vapor. Do we really have time to sit back and analyze comments that are not beneficial? They don't help you, they don't help me. What is it? It's just some words, and then what? Tomorrow, Lord willing, you see tomorrow. That comment does what for you? Absolutely nothing. It does nothing. So as I sit here with you today and I talk about encouragement, I just wanted to ask you again, why don't you share what God has given to you? What's stopping you? I mean, truly, if you're being honest, what's stopping you? What is the thing? And listen, I've done tons of programs. I'll be the first one to tell you, I've been in tons of programs and they all move kind of the same. Now, when I decide to do what I'm going to do later on, that'll be something I work out. But for now, that's just the thing. And people told me long ago I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that. They laugh at me when I said, hey, I'm going to do this thing here. Like, ha, 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 you're such a loser. That's so dumb. Who in the world listen to your podcast? Who in the world would believe that you write a book? You're just stupid. That's just so dumb. That is the most laughable thing I've heard of. Like, come on with the real, really. And then you sit down and you get to work and you get to thinking, well, hey, I'm going to do this thing. I am going to do this. So, this right here for me is not the end, it's just the beginning. It's a start for me to talk to all of you. Now, whether you enjoy this content or not, I hope you do enjoy it. I hope you find it encouraging. I hope you find it uplifting. I hope you find it maybe a smidge bit entertaining. Maybe, I don't know. If not, that's okay. But what I do want you to remember and what I want you to know is that you are uniquely designed and created. And there's nobody that can deliver the message that you have that's deep down inside of you, boiling up, wanting to burst, but then you slap something on your mouth like, I'm not going to say it, but it's wanting to burst out so that you can share with other people that need to hear. Don't you know that people need to hear what you got to say? Don't you know that? You don't know that? You don't know that you got something good? Huh? You got something good. There's something amazing that you have inside of you. But you have to see it. You have to know it. You have to come to the realization. As much as I want to encourage you to step out on faith and just go, you have to want to do that. Now, as I get ready for my 60 days, da, 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 I'm going to be doing all kinds of stuff. Now, I didn't come on here with my avatar, but I really like going live because that's just what I like to do. I always enjoy it, but I also want you to see that this is just me. Nothing special, only what God has made me special to be. And my identification is not in people or things, but it's in the Lord Jesus Christ, the Lord Creator Most High. See, I want to be as vibrant as I am because that's my personality. So if I was to do and become something else other than what I am naturally, I'm sure I would be miserable. And for years, I tried to morph into something else, somebody else. Be more like this, be more like that, be more like her, be more like him, be more like this. And me trying to be anything other than my authentic self is a whole lot. So I just come with you come with me to share with you about me and to encourage you. Why? Because I had to go through those things myself. I found myself doing the same things. I found myself not wanting to share anything for a long time because I thought, what? Nobody wants to hear this stuff. And at the same time, I was scared, y'all. Be honest. I want to be honest with y'all. I was scared. I was walking in fear. Fear had me. Fear had me. It wrapped me up. It shut me down. I was like, oh my goodness. The only way I overcame that was to do the doggone thing. And the only way I can help other people to do that is to overcome. And I overcame. And you're overcoming too. Now, one of the books I have that you guys might see, which is this one here. I'm gonna put it right here so you guys can see it. Right there. Okay. The gift to find God's love, guilt is shape turned into my shine. See it up close? Yeah, you do? Well, that was one of my overcoming moments in time. And of course, you can find it on Amazon. You can find it on Walmart if you like to find it, it's there. But that for me, this book right here helped me to overcome a lot of stuff, y'all. I had to put myself in here. And the person that was in this book, the woman I was when I wrote this book, is not the woman you guys see today. I was writing this in a place of fear as well. I was so scared when I wrote this book. I tell you guys the truth. When I wrote this book, I was super scared. I was just like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? And when I realized that the publisher published it, I was like, wait, can they stop it? It was too late. I had to say, okay, well, just make peace with it. And then I let it sit and I let it go. And I felt better, like, okay, it's out there, it's there. And I did the very thing I thought I couldn't do. But you won't know what you can't do until you do the thing, right? Pastor Jay says all kinds of stuff. So you guys gotta check out my dear friend. He's one of my bestest friends. I know he doesn't like labels and stuff, but I talk about him in a lot of my stuff. Pastor Jay, Walker Truth Radio Network. You guys check his stuff out on YouTube, and also Walker Truth Christian Fellowship Church. Check that out as well. But when we have our conversation, he's so down to earth with me, and he's one of my friends that could tell me, like, that's enough, knock that off, and I get it. But alongside you, do you have someone that's going to be in your corner? That person that you can turn to, that person that you can share things with, that person that's going to be real with you no matter what. And they can tell you, you're not going to be fluffy with them. And he could talk to me, I could talk to him, and I could talk to my other friends as well. I'm not going to be fluffy with you. You're not going to be fluffy with me. But the whole thing is that encouragement. You need to be encouraged to stand up and continue to do what the Lord is giving you to do. Now, I know people don't want to hear that. I know there's some people that are not into that content. They don't even want to hear it. And I get it. But all I wanted to do is just say, you have been uniquely designed and created. So never allow anyone to tell you what you can and can't do. I know the they live out there. They're just there to tell you whatever. But will you stand and share your message? Will you put it out? Will you be encouraged today to do that? Be inspired to walk that thing out. Don't get scarred. Do what you know you need to do. Share that message. Get it up and out. And then you'll see a totally difference. Not in me, but in yourself. You know why? Because you know that you can do what God is giving you to do. So I hope on today this blessed you a little bit. I'll be coming back. I'm not sure if this will be a continuation. I have my 60 days kind of slated for the summertime, but why not? I might get a head start on this. This might be a thing I do, you know. But for now, I just wanted to come on here and give you guys some words of encouragement because I haven't been around for a minute, right? So I owe you guys this. I owe it to you to provide you some encouragement, some inspiration, some laughs on me. And I hope you had a little bit of tea or something to drink with this. But if you come back and you watch this later, remember, this is not about me. This is about encouraging you, what's deep inside of you. And somebody's waiting for you to inspire them. Someone's waiting for you to encourage them. Someone's waiting for you to uplift them, to motivate them. But you got to let those naysayers get out of your life and let them say what they want to say. They're going to say all manner of things against you. It's fine. Let it be so. Let it be. But don't let it be so much so that you won't share anything. Life is so short, y'all. And just share whatever it is you need to share. Because someone's waiting for your message. Someone's waiting for your voice. Someone's waiting for you. Just like I know there's people waiting for me. There have always been people waiting for me. And every time I come back, I kind of get, one of those live lashings, like, where have you been? Like, we've been seeing you like post stuff on Instagram and all that stuff, yada yada yada. So where have you been with the lives? Like, where have you been? And I get it. I understand. Like when people go away on their sabbaticals and stuff and they come back, like, she been away for a minute. Here she comes back. How long she gonna be back? And then she gonna disappear. I'm gonna do my best not to disappear on you guys. And of course, I'm gonna work on that to be consistent. But for now, I'm gonna slowly enter back into this thing. So I hope you guys are gonna have an amazing, fabulous day. A big kiss from me to you, as you guys know I say, and I always say this as well. The Lord loves you way more. I love you, but the Lord loves you immensely, way more than I ever could in this life, ever. And I mean ever. And remember this, to be blessed, motivated, and what? Always inspired to do what the Lord lays on your heart. Boom. Booyakasha. Oh, yeah, that's what we're doing. We're doing that. It's going down here for you. Inspiration, encouragement, uplifting for you and you alone. You are the one that is created to do what God is having you to do. So will you do that today? Get out there and go be you. Everybody's going to know. So don't be afraid. I will see you guys later. Thank you for all the hearts. Thank you for all the likes. And thank you for tuning in. God bless. I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye now.